Tonight, electric cars and mining take center stage at the U.S. Capitol as a local congressman pushes for precious metals to be mined on the Iron Range rather than another country. Plus, Minnesota's divided government came to an agreement that many outdoor enthusiasts will be happy about, especially ahead of the 4th of July weekend. And in Ely, they're hoping to take mountain biking to new heights as the sport picks up traction in other parts of the range.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki. Thanks for joining us. Getting copper nickel mines operational on the Iron Range is one of the goals of Congressman Pete Stauber. Today, he tried to convince members of the Biden administration that the Iron Range is the perfect place to mine for precious metals, which can be used to build electric vehicles. Congressman Stauber says the Iron Range is the largest copper-nickel deposit in the nation. But a new report from Reuters claims the White House wants those minerals to be mined in other countries. Stauber, a Republican, questioned Interior Secretary Deb Haaland about that during a hearing at the nation's capital today. He says the U.S. needs to limit reliance on child labor and foreign adversaries.
It does not make sense to transition to alternative sources of energy depending on foreign nations for these critical minerals that we use in our everyday life.
Haaland followed that up by saying she feels the Biden administration has the proper review process in place and will make the right decision about where to mine these minerals. There are two companies planning copper-nickel mines on the Iron Range right now. PolyMet is fully permitted but continues to face challenges in court, while Twin Metals is currently in the environmental review process. New tonight at 6, another piece of Minnesota's budget picture fell into place when the House passed a $7 billion transportation funding bill. The newly passed bill will outfit state troopers with body cameras. It will reopen drivers' exam locations that have been closed due to COVID-19, and the bill will create rapid transit bus lines for the Twin Cities. And as the Minnesota legislature continues to debate the state budget, a compromise was made saving state parks from a shutdown before the Independence Day holiday weekend. Today, legislative leaders broke a standoff on environmental funding. A House committee sent the environment budget to the floor for a final vote after Republicans dropped their demand that Democratic Governor Tim Walz abandon his effort to encourage a switch to electric cars. The legislation is one of several bills making up a $52 billion two-year budget that lawmakers must pass before July 1st. Right now, 4 bills are awaiting the governor's signature. Legislative leaders say deals on the other bills are coming together. Hermantown has created a new task force hoping to improve broadband for residents and businesses. The City Council has named internet access one of its top priorities this year. They hope this 7-person team will be key in finding solutions. No word on when we can expect a final report from the task force. Peter joins us now for a first check of the weather. Nice warm-up, at least for the start of the day.
Yeah, today looked pretty good to start off the day, and even as we end the day through the evening hours, still looks pretty good for most of us, but the thunderstorms are beginning to work their way into the region right now. But before we saw those thunderstorms, we saw those nice sunny skies, and that really allowed temperatures to climb into the lower 80s for most of us. As you can see, 81 for a high on top of the hill at Duluth International, 84 down at Park Point, 82 in Big Fork, 82 as well in Orr, 84 in International Falls, 81 in Solon Springs, and 80 for the UP of Michigan in Ironwood. And right now from Duluth, taking a live look down towards Lake Superior, as you can see, it's an absolutely gorgeous evening. And if you make out those faint dots out on Lake Superior, those are actually the sailboats from the sailboat races happening right now. And they have a lovely evening for those, actually, with those high temperature right now of 81 degrees and the partly sunny skies overhead. And those winds are definitely helping at the south-southwesterly wind at 20 miles per hour. But that's going to change as we head through the rest of the evening tonight as thunderstorms begin to fire up. Right now, we're talking about a low of 54 degrees for us here in the Twin Ports. We had those thunderstorms beginning to work their way into the region. Some of them could be strong to severe in nature. I'll time them all out coming up just a bit. Kristen?
Thanks, Peter. Over the last few years, mountain biking has really kicked up dirt here in Minnesota. It's taken some local communities' economies into a new gear. That includes the Crosby community, where the popular Cuyuna Range trails draw in mountain bikers from all over the country. According to a 2017 survey by the International Mountain Biking Association, those trails bring in around $2 million to the local economy each year. CBS 3's Emma Quinn explains how the city of Ely is hoping to tap into that market and bring a new kind of tourist to their neck of the woods.
Nordic skiing has been a large attraction here at the Hidden Valley Recreation Area, but with new mountain biking trails, officials hope it'll bring new tourists to the area come summertime. The idea for mountain biking trails came about roughly 5 years ago as mountain biking has grown in popularity. And with the help of funding from the state, the IRRB, and other grant opportunities, the Hidden Valley Recreation Center started designing 10 miles worth of single-track mountain biking trails last month. With Ely already being a tourist town, they hope it'll attract a different kind of tourist in the summer months.
Outside, we've seen so many people up here with bikes on the back of their cars, and people really want those different wilderness experiences.
And so far, 2 of the 5 mountain biking trails have been completed. Officials hope to have the trails completed by the fall and start biking rentals within the next year.
Thanks, Emma. The recreation area is roughly $60,000 short on funding the 5th and final trail. For more information on the trails and fundraiser, you can find a link on our website. Chisholm is another town capitalizing on the mountain biking boom. This weekend, the Redhead Mountain Bike Park will host a grand opening at the trailhead at the Minnesota Discovery Center. The new 25-mile trail takes riders through the heart of the Iron Range. Events kick off Friday night and will run through Sunday. Duluth police need your help tracking down an armed robbery suspect. Police released these surveillance photos today. They believe this is the person who robbed Saudi Smoke Shop at gunpoint and ran off with an unknown amount of cash. That happened around 11:40 yesterday morning, and now police are still searching for the suspect. If you know who this person is, you should contact the police. That number is on your screen. It's also on our website. Also, police say they're still looking for the suspect in a shooting downtown Sunday night. It happened near 1st Avenue East and 3rd Street. A man was shot and taken to the hospital. Authorities say the victim and the suspect, who they have not identified, know each other. Anyone with information is asked to call the police. President Biden is announcing new steps to control gun violence as crime surges across U.S. cities. The White House says homicides rose 30% last year, a trend the president called unacceptable. The Biden administration is laying out a plan to take aim at gun violence, announcing a new DOJ zero-tolerance policy in which the ATF will revoke licenses of gun dealers if they willfully violate gun laws. The spike in crime has also become a tense political issue as the debate over police reform continues on Capitol Hill and in communities nationwide. We are just 2 days out from Derek Chauvin's sentencing. The former Minneapolis police officer was convicted of murder and manslaughter in George Floyd's death earlier this year. While the world waits to learn the judge's decision Friday afternoon, Twin Cities law students have spent the semester learning from Chauvin's trial. John Radson teaches at Mitchell Hamlin School of Law in St. Paul. His class is called Advanced Criminal Law, Cops as Defendants. Topics have included how to prep expert witnesses, the merits of putting Chauvin on the stand, the defense's strategy, and more.
There are a lot of legal skills that they can glean from this case because they had a lot of good lawyers in that courtroom.
As we mentioned, Chauvin's sentencing will start at 1:30 Friday afternoon. State sentencing guidelines call for Chauvin, who has no prior criminal history, to face a minimum of 12.5 years in prison. That's for his most serious charge of second-degree murder. But the judge has already ruled there were aggravating factors in this case, which increases his possible sentence to up to 40 years. Minnesota regulators have fined a Wisconsin-based company for a pipeline worker's death. In December, authorities say 45-year-old Jorge Villafuerte III was checking a list of materials at the Enbridge Energy Line 3 site near Hill City. He was standing behind an industrial forklift when it backed over him, leading to his death. State regulators cited and fined Precision Pipeline $25,000 for what they call a serious safety violation. Precision Pipeline is contesting that citation. No word on what exactly that violation is. In Wisconsin, it could soon be legal for some government agencies to kill beavers. The state Senate bill would allow government officials to shoot beavers and muskrats if they're causing damage near a roadway. Wisconsin law allows the DNR to capture, shoot, trap, or relocate a wild animal, but bars anyone from opening fire within 50 feet of a road. The new bill would allow for the DNR or local government agent to shoot those animals near the road. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, the housing market here in Duluth is tough. Why it almost put the brakes on the Star of the North maternity home next.
And we've got showers and thunderstorms firing up off to our north and west along the international border. This is the start of what could be a rather busy night. I'll break it all down coming up in just a bit.
You're watching the CBS 3 News at 6 with Kristen Vaki, sports with Kelly Hinseth, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS 3. CBS 3 News is brought to you by Villa Marina Health and Rehabilitation Center.
Villa Marina Health and Rehabilitation Center is a beautiful one-level facility in Superior, Wisconsin, with 24-hour skilled nursing care. With a 5-star rating by Medicare, you can expect high-quality care. We offer a variety of services, including restorative care after a hospital stay, intensive rehabilitative therapy care after surgery, or long-term care for those who are no longer able to handle the necessities of daily life on their own. To learn more, call or visit Villa Marina Health Center in Superior.
We have a structure fire with injuries on Highway 13.
Did you know your friends and neighbors volunteer to provide emergency services? They are serving many communities and need your help. Challenge yourself. Be part of the team. Be somebody.
UCare is out decomplicating health plans all over the state. We're proud to be in Embarrass, bringing family plans to Fertile, helping folks rest easy and sleepy-eyed, and smart advice to Nimrod-ians.
Is that even a word?
We make plans clear and crystal, and we've been a staple here since 1984. With over 40,000 doctors, specialists, and providers in our networks, we're getting more welcomes every day. UCare, people-powered health plans.
Why get your COVID-19 vaccine? We all have a reason to get fully vaccinated, like
hugging people again,
Going out to eat,
keeping them safe.
That's living fully. It's why millions of Americans, more than half of U.S. adults, have already got a COVID-19 vaccine. You can too. Get your COVID-19 vaccine at vaccines.gov.
Riley could get money for disability, but he's being stubborn. I need your help to help me help him get help. I said it right.
Every time a check comes in, that's the world telling you you're a disabled vet. It's humiliating.
You think it wasn't humiliating for me to have to convince the CIA I wasn't a terrorist?
We're done talking.
Done? Have you not met me?
The United States of Al season finale, new Thursday, 8:30, 7:30 Central on CBS.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell, weeknights on CBS.
Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
And we're still have a gorgeous evening underway for us here in the Twin Ports, but that'll change as we head through the next few hours or so, and say towards the midnight mark tonight, that's when we could begin to see some showers and storms fire up. Taking a live look right now outside of Duluth, as you can see, a lot of sailboats out on Lake Superior, as well as it looks like a freighter coming in right now with the lift bridge up. Today's high temperature at Duluth International was 81 degrees, much warmer than we were yesterday. Yesterday we were in the 70s. Then I think Monday we were in the 60s. So we're slowly beginning to warm things up, and we were actually above average for today. But right now we've got some showers and thunderstorms beginning to work their way through the region. That's on association of a cold front that's going to begin to work its way through the region through the rest of the night tonight. Zooming in a little bit closer, you can see they're way off to our north and west along the international border, but they definitely have been producing a good amount of lightning, and that'll probably be the case throughout the night tonight, as we'll see probably a good amount of lightning for us here in the Twin Ports between, say, midnight and 1 a.m. So timing it all out for you right now. As you can see, right now, 6 o'clock, you got them all off to our north and west towards Baudette. But as you fast forward through the rest of the evening tonight, you begin to see them creep a little bit closer to the south and east. So for us here in the Twin Ports, I'd say best bet for arrival, probably say anywhere from midnight to 1 a.m. is when we're talking about the storms arriving for us here. Fast forward through the rest of the evening and into, the early a.m. tomorrow, you can see thunderstorms are off towards the UP of Michigan at this point, and they could still be strong to severe in nature, so it's still something we're going to want to keep an eye on. Here's why that Storm Prediction Center has put us under a level 2 risk for us here in Duluth, slight risk. So a slight risk means you're not going to be seeing all severe storms, but probably going to be more numerous in nature than where we have that level 1 risk in the green shaded areas. So something we're definitely going to want to keep an eye on through the night tonight. Here are the biggest risks for these storms. Probably talking about gusts up to 60 miles per hour, as well as possible hail up to 1 inch. So definitely going to want to keep your eye to the sky for the eye tonight and be weather aware. The good news is it really does not last long. As you can see, by tomorrow morning, it looks like for most of us here in Minnesota, we're talking about mostly sunny skies overhead. And then that really nice trend continues throughout the afternoon on Thursday and all the way into Friday as well. Maybe just a few more clouds overhead for the day on Friday, but you really can't complain about that, and the weekend is shaping up to be stellar as well. But first, we have to get through the night tonight. Temperatures tonight fall back into the upper 50s as well as lower 60s. Talking about the storms progressing from the northwest to the southeast gradually throughout the night tonight, arriving here in the Twin Ports, like I said, probably between the midnight and 1 a.m. hour. Temperatures on top of the hill, 58 degrees, 62 down by the lake, 57 in Silver Bay, 55 in Hibbing. Down in Wisconsin as well as the UP, the storms arrive there a little bit later. That's probably talking about the early a.m. hours down there, especially for the UP of Michigan. 64 for a low in Ironwood, 63 in Ashland, 62 in Superior. And highs for tomorrow, once we get rid of those storms, shaping up to be a pretty nice day with partly to mostly sunny skies overhead, and temperatures climbing into the low and mid 80s down Wisconsin as well as the UP. For us here in Minnesota, temperatures are climbing into the low and mid 80s as well, except for a few upper 70s, especially along the North Shore, where we still have a little bit of a lake breeze in place. The good news is we really don't have that much of a rain threat after that, and the weekend looks absolutely stellar heading through next weekend. Kristen?
All right, thanks, Peter. The Star of the North Maternity Home is getting a new space just in the nick of time. The organization houses new moms in need while also offering education opportunities. But the lease on the Duluth building they operated out of was set to expire this month. They had been looking for a new place to go since the fall, but the Duluth housing market proved challenging, and they desperately needed financial support. Board Chair Sue McLernan said they were on the brink of having to shut the program down until the community stepped up.
This community has stepped up as we did need money. This market is more difficult and challenging to find a house, and we needed money. We started our capital campaign in December, and we surpassed our goal and actually got exactly what we needed.
They raised more than $90,000 to buy the new space, and today was moving day. The 2-year-old maternity home has had 70 women apply to their program, and they've helped 16 so far. If you or someone you know needs their help, we have the Star of the North Maternity Home's contact information on our website. The Northland chapter of the Boys and Girls Club is celebrating its 50th anniversary in a big way this week. The Dave Goldberg family's branch will be hosting several events, including today's track and field races and archery training. Tomorrow, there will be a Pride Month celebration, and Friday will feature a cookout. The 50th anniversary celebrations will wrap up at the annual fundraising gala this fall. A new restaurant is coming to Duluth this summer. Aaron Maloney and Alex Giuliani Jr. are opening Chacho's Taqueria in Canal Park. They plan to put their own spin on traditional Mexican food. The two owners say they had the idea during the pandemic.
Last year with the pandemic, we got both kind of displaced. Alex and I are both, professional chefs, And with all that time, we had time to think and plan for something new, and this is kind of what we came up with.
Chacho's Taqueria is expected to officially open sometime later this summer. The restaurant will start as a seasonal business with plans to expand in the future. Until construction on the restaurant is finished, the duo will be operating at various pop-up locations throughout Duluth. Coming up in sports is the start of the Eastern Conference Finals tonight. Kelly is in with a preview next.
Northwest outlet with all the brand names you want, including the North Face and Columbia.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
Lake Superior College is nationally recognized for quality and affordability, offering over 90 programs, including career, technical, and general studies for transfer. At LSC, you can start here, save thousands. Apply for free at lsc.edu.
Coronavirus work injuries. Call Stockman Law Office. Return to work issues. Payment of medical bills and lost wages. Call anytime. 218-576-8599. No recovery, no fee. Please stay safe and healthy. Stockman Law Office. Serious injuries, serious law.
We can help you at Ketamine North Infusion Center.
In public safety, we see things that sometimes you can't unsee. After these infusions, everything just kind of turned around and I was able to start enjoying things again.
To learn more, give us a call or visit us online.
Hello from DBS Repair, your local experts in all things basement-y. Since 2012, we've helped thousands of cabin and homeowners in Minnesota and Wisconsin. We specialize in basement waterproofing, foundation and structural repair, concrete lifting and leveling, whole home energy, nasty crawl spaces, and basement finishing too. If you have a wet basement, moldy crawl space, or sunken concrete, our team of experts have the trusted solutions to help. Call DBS today for all things basement-y.
MediaCom is winning awards across the U.S., keeping you connected, keeping you safe, rising to the challenge, challenging the limits. Thanks to our award-winning employees, never settling, never backing down, always planning ahead, and always getting better. MediaCom is proud to be named 2021 U.S. Best Managed Company by Deloitte and the Wall Street Journal.
Why get your COVID-19 vaccine? We all have a reason to get fully vaccinated, like
getting back to business,
finally having people over,
living more worry-free.
That's living fully. It's why millions of Americans, more than half of U.S. adults, have already got a COVID-19 vaccine. You can too. Get your COVID-19 vaccine at vaccines.gov.
Coming up Thursday on CBS3 this morning, a new regional park is opening in the Northland. We have a look at the grand opening. And your summertime temperatures continue on Thursday. We're back in the 80s and a few chances of rain. So wake up with us starting at 5 a.m.
On CBS3 this morning.
At Lift Pro International, we have custom designed and fabricated lifting, weighing, and rigging solutions for more than 40 years. With a worldwide presence and reputation, we need world-class insurance to match. This is why we trust Cindy of Vernon Insurance to make sure we're fully covered no matter where in the world we're doing business.
Protect your home, vehicle, or business, and your peace of mind. Call Cindy at Vernon Insurance today.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app. Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
It may have felt a whole lot bigger than a second-round playoff win for the Milwaukee Bucks, but that's what it was. And now they're turning the page onward from the Nets to the Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals. Milwaukee played Atlanta 3 times in the regular season, winning 2 of those matchups. And the matchup is significant for both teams. The Bucks haven't been to the NBA Finals since 1974, and the Hawks haven't been there since 1961. That's a matchup I like. In fact, none of the 4 teams left in the NBA playoffs have won a championship in the NBA-ABA merger in 1976.
Really happy for this team. I'm really happy for what we got done. Really happy that we were able to write 8 on the board, but the job is not done. We got to keep believing in ourselves. We got to keep playing good basketball and take it game by game. The job is not done. We halfway through.
Game 1 tips off tonight at 7:30 in Milwaukee. We'll have a recap tonight at 10. And to baseball, the Huskies won their first game of a doubleheader against the Express this morning with a 4-0 shutout. Game 2 starts in a few minutes down at Carson Park. As Grandma's Marathon for 2021 has wrapped up, some of the winners who came out on top are still feeling excited about their wins. Milton Rotique in the men's division came out on top with a time of 2 hours and 13 minutes. The last time he competed in Grandma's was in 2017, where he placed 6th with a time of 2 hours and 16 minutes. He's placed first in several marathons, but the last one was back in 2014. So needless to say, he is feeling pretty great about his first place win.
I've been like second, like 3 times in marathon in between 2014 and this year. So winning this was like, it was like, yeah, I felt like I'm still can compete with young guys and win.
Samantha Bassarico will have more from Milton tonight at 10. Well, former UMD football standout and member of the UMD Athletics Hall of Fame, John Naxheim, has passed away at the age of 81. He played halfback for the Bulldogs from 1960 to 1962 after transferring from the University of Colorado. While at UMD, he made his mark on the gridiron, was named the MIAC's most valuable player as a senior, and was an NAIA All-American second-team selection in 1962. Originally from Robbinsdale, Minnesota, Naxheim was inducted into the UMD Athletics Hall of Fame in 2004. UMD assistant coach Ashley Bricklick has stepped down from her role to pursue a job in teaching. Brick spent the last 3 years working alongside Maura Kroll and Laura Bellamy in the UMD women's hockey program. She was a 2-time captain. As a member of the Bulldogs, UMD will begin searching for her replacement immediately. And speaking of hockey, it is officially here, the UMD men's hockey broadcast schedule for My 9 this upcoming season. Here's an overview of all games you can catch this season. As always, the schedule is subject to change. Head over to CBS3 Duluth.com, click on the sports tab for a full list. But I have a feeling you're going to want to be there in person. Watch at My 9, but that is going to be a pretty exciting atmosphere this year with fans being welcomed back. I can't wait.
The schedule shouldn't change as much as it did last year, right?
Let's hope. Well, you know, you have to say that. You never know.
Thanks, Kelly. Tonight on the CBS3 News at 10, the Hills Youth and Family Services is closing its doors. With the crucial service ending, many kids, teens, and families now have to find new care providers. Tonight, we'll hear from one Duluth teen who says finding a new local care provider is an uphill challenge. All right, Peter, I hear it's going to cool down a bit.
Yeah, so we got a little bit of a storm threat tonight, and that will give way to a little bit of a cool down tomorrow. Temperatures tomorrow, a little bit cooler, just in the lower 80s. As far as that storm threat goes for tonight, probably talking about storms arriving here in the Twin Ports just after the midnight hour. Kristen?
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you at 10.